Funding for Schaefer Ellis is provided by Squarespace, the sponsor of today's video.
Well, Disney, this is the final straw. I don't normally make abrupt, unplanned videos giving my thoughts on movie announcements, but I feel like I kinda have to with this one, because there has just been nothing quite like this before. There have been Disney live-action remakes. There have even been artistically pointless Disney live-action remakes. In fact, that status applies to most of them. But at least you can understand the soulless commercial justification for their existence. Nostalgia. If we remake the same movie but in real life and badly, audiences that grew up with that movie will give us money. It's a tale as old as time that Disney just won't stop doing, and I thought I was at peace with that. I even thought I was at peace with the idea of a live-action remake of Moana. It was inevitable, right? We all knew they would get around to it after like 10 or 15 or 20 years. Except that's not what they did. They waited 7 years to give it the bullshit live-action remake treatment. 7. So, if nostalgia was the primary motivator to get this made, then there's no way people can fall for this one, right? It's only a nostalgic movie for a very specific demographic of people. Those who were kids 7 years ago and are only just entering adulthood now, or will be in the coming years as this movie gets made. So where's the nostalgic appeal for the vast majority of people? It just comes across as one of the most asinine, creatively bankrupt decisions a company could possibly make. It is beyond parody. This company is where stories go to get endlessly recycled and commercialized, as well as where dreams go to die. Now for the really fascinating part though. This movie is confirmed to star The Rock as Maui, and there are conflicting reports on whether Auli'i Cravalho will return as Moana, but she is involved as an executive producer. If she does come back as Moana, however, the question then becomes, why would you literally remake the movie with the exact same cast? It seems like that's another point for the pointless argument when it comes to this remake. But oh no, there's something more to this. There's some chicanery afoot. Given the fact that The Rock was the one who announced this, a ton of people are speculating that he really pushed for this live-action remake to happen because of the commercial failure of Black Adam and the cancellation of all the DC products that he wanted to be a part of. I don't really follow the DCEU, but it seems like The Rock was really pushing for a lot of it to revolve around Black Adam, except the movie bombed and got terrible reviews, and now James Gunn is completely in charge and he likes making good movies. So it looks like The Rock's little vanity project of a cinematic universe crashed and burned. It's been pretty well documented that he's one of the most egotistical people in Hollywood. Again, I wouldn't really know. I don't follow much of what he does outside of this one Disney movie I liked that happened to have him in it. Well, the working theory from a lot of people is that he needs something to stroke his ego and make him a big star again. So he really insisted that Disney desecrate one of their more popular recent movies. It all adds up. He likes fame, Disney likes money. It's a win-win for everyone except people with brains. Look, I feel like if the Moana fandom, of which I am definitely high up on the council of, took a vote, we would all prefer them to make Moana 2 instead of a live-action remake. I'm not even saying I want Moana 2 or that it would be good, but it's a hell of a lot better than just remaking the same story again but with less color and personality. But I don't think they can make Moana 2 because that's not what The Rock wants. He doesn't want just another voice role. He wants everyone to see his face as this heroic demigod who does all sorts of epic things like pee in the ocean and get a blow dart in his butt cheek and get thoroughly eviscerated by a giant crab. I feel like that's the main thing we're all waiting for with bated breath. What will live-action Tamatoa look like? Are they even gonna get the species right? Is it gonna be like live-action Sebastian all over again, where they turned him into a crab that can't even breathe underwater? Well, here's my cynical answer. I don't even know if they're gonna bring him back. The Rock wants to look cool. He can't just get beat up by a giant crab because that's not cool. That's lame. Plus, Tamatoa was easily the most cartoonish part of the original film, and we can't have colors or expressiveness or joy in any of these movies, so Yeah, I'm not sure. The Rock didn't mention him in the announcement video, so they might be on the fence about it. I don't know, it's completely possible they'll just scrap the song and maybe even the character altogether. They were inches away from scrapping Be Prepared from the live-action Lion King. And that song is 10 times more popular than Shiny is, so I just don't know if I see real-life Tamatoa happening. With that said, I really hope it happens, because if they're gonna bastardize one of my favorite Disney movies, they better go all the way. They better ruin every single aspect of it. Destroy my favorite character and song from the movie while you're at it, Disney. You already ruin everything else you touch! There's only one possible justification I've seen for spawning this quote-unquote film into existence, and that's the fact that it lets Polynesian people see themselves represented on screen in live action. That's pretty cool, but it's also more than possible for a company with infinite resources such as Disney to tell an entirely new story about Polynesian culture in live action, rather than just retelling the same story they told less than a decade ago. Like, they can find some Polynesian writers and directors with an interesting story to tell, put some money behind it, actually market it well, and it might be a hit as big as Moana was. But Disney doesn't like taking risks on stuff that isn't a pre-existing IP, so it's not gonna happen. They let their animation studios make some original stuff, but if one of those original ideas gets popular enough, you better believe they're gonna cynically milk that shit for the rest of eternity. So to summarize, representation is cool, but I think it would be cooler if, emboldened by how much of a hit the original movie was, Disney could branch out now and let underrepresented voices tell their own stories, instead of retelling a story that was screenwritten and directed by white guys. Plus, I sincerely doubt the higher-ups at Disney who greenlit this movie were thinking about Polynesian representation in live-action films. So, yep, that's about it. This movie is a dumb, terrible, stupid, dumb, awful, terrible, atrocious idea meant to stroke The Rock's ego and put more money in the pockets of Disney shareholders. I'm not paying money to watch it in a theater, but I guess at some point I'm gonna have to talk about it, so look forward to that. At least I'm taking solace in the fact that I'm not watching the Little Mermaid remake. You can't make me. I hope Halle Bailey has a nice, successful career ahead of her after she brings her all to a project that is completely beneath her. Anyway, I made a rough draft of a Squarespace transition for the Mario movie review, and considering how inspired I am by Disney and their supreme laziness, I'm not even gonna write a new transition for this video. Hey, the official Mario movie website is pretty cool. They reference the guy on Miiverse who likes water. Wanna also express how much you like water on a website that's as cool as this one? All you gotta do is use Squarespace. Honestly, I don't even think that's my worst sponsored transition. Squarespace is a fantastic, intuitive, online website builder that allows you to create beautiful websites for your business or personal hobby. Present your work using Squarespace's professional portfolio designs. Display projects in customizable galleries and add password-protected pages to share private works with clients. You can even present your videos from YouTube, Vimeo, and Animoto on your Squarespace site. Add an image overlay to your video to improve your website's load speed by waiting to embed video players until playback starts. Every design automatically includes a unique mobile presence that matches the overall style of your website, so your content will look great on every device, every time. And if you don't want that, you can always disable the mobile view from Website Manager. Buying a domain from Squarespace is so simple because there are no hidden fees or price hikes. Each domain comes with an ad-free parking page and free WHOIS privacy on eligible domains. Squarespace sells over 200 top-level domains, so you can find the perfect name for your website. Choose a URL that ends in .com, .net, .org, or you can always get a more specific one like .art if you want to be fancy. If you're ready to share your passions or promote your business with the rest of the world, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/ShapeFrillis to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.